Hey, Natalie. As you know, I typically use video response for critiques and assignments and such, and typically write out a written response for discussion boards. But this is such an interesting post. There's a few things I want to address here. So I just decided I would create this video instead of attempting to write it out. The biggest challenge, and a lot of what you say here is very, very informed. And that's why I want to address it directly. So the biggest challenge I'm doing is wanting the app to work. You got it. I mean, we have to separate ourselves from our work. As graphic designers, we tend to fall in love with our work. I think we're all guilty of that to a certain extent. And that's why we're so disappointed when our clients choose something that we didn't think was the best example, right? So the big caveat here as a designer is not to fall in love with your work. And I think you allude to that here when you say you really wanted to get the best, or you really wanted the app to work. So sometimes we tend to kind of direct our questions and kind of, in a specific direction when we engage user testing. And I think that that's really a relevant point, something you definitely want to avoid. Okay, you really want to get the most unbiased, and that's exactly right. You want the most unbiased feedback. I can't test anyone but friends and family as I'm not at work. I get it. I mean, we're really confronted with a less than ideal situation here with our current situation in these unusual times that we're living in. So that I totally get that. And at least you understand that if you're not using test subjects directly from your demographic and from your target, then the answers might not be as relevant as they would be had you been using representatives from that specific user group, right? I think that goes without saying. Hesitation. See, that is some of the unwritten stuff that's so important. They may get it right, but if you ask a specific question and you get hesitations from 5 out of 5 users, that is a clear indication that that page might need to be redesigned or that screen might need to be redesigned. That's a great point. The other thing is testing empathy. Those videos are really fascinating where they just have the camera on the person using the game, and it's mostly kids, and they're making all sorts of faces and distorting it. And that can be directly attributed to the experience they're having with the app. So that's a really great point right there too. But signals to me that no, but it was clear enough so we got to use it. It might not be for others. And eventually they're going to get it. The idea is we don't want them to eventually get it. We want them to get it immediately. We want our app to be, we want people to look at our app and go, oh, okay, yeah, boom, okay, and how do I get here? Boom, and how do I get here? Boom. And that just eliminates that possibility that we've all had that just horrifying experience of a bad app where you get lost and you're like, what? This doesn't make any sense, and it really gets us angry. You have to admit. So, of course, that's what we're trying to avoid. Doesn't go get more objective. Only one person I tested was really in my demographic. Yeah, you mentioned that. That would be ideal to test others that would be in a similar situation. Absolutely. So, good post, really good post. So, so I want to leave you with this question, okay, or this consideration. How many times should you test your app? When do you know your testing is over? And it's a really relevant question. So based on our small scale user prototyping that we're in this class, I'd like you to answer the question is, once the app is developed, does this mean user testing is over? Okay, and that's a question. When do we know testing is over? Okay, and simple question, right? All right, Natalie, great job. Thanks so much.